I believe all of us here fix the person for the next month. And they just need to say thank you.
Oh, no.
Actually, send us an
I
invoice.
fixed him for his mother.
Yeah,
Oh. Wow. Well, now. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome to This Needs to Be Studied with your host, Billy the Bad Guy.
I'm your delusional best friend here to study everything.
Where we talk about sex, relationships, and dating.
And we ball like TNT. Watch these hoops all picking sides.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Class is now in session.
Welcome y'all to another episode of the Needs to Be Studied podcast. It's your boy, Billy the Bad Guy, Billy the Goat, Billy the Kid, Bills. And on this podcast, we study relationships, dating, mental health, and these niggas. So I have three special ladies on the couch with me. I'm going to go around the table and have them introduce themselves, and they could tell you where they're from, starting with this beautiful, fine, wonderful, scrumptious, lonely-ish young lady right here.
Hey guys, I'm Sue, also known as Unrobing Podcast. I'm actually born and raised in New York, but I live in Houston now.
What's up, y'all? My name is Cash. I'm your sexologist bestie. I'm from Harlem.
Gang.
I have many names out there. They call me Enchantress if you kinky, if you're in that BDSM lifestyle. And some people just know me as Kasha. You know,
Or wife. Or wife.
Okay, bitch, we starting early?
Or wife.
All right.
I can't even get through the introduction. You're gonna start, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Yes, but that is my name. I'm from here in Harlem, and I still live here in New York. But I'm worldwide. I'm going wherever the action is at, baby. We outside.
Yes, Miss Worldwide. And last but not least,
You remember the video? My stud name is
I saw it the other day. That was
stud
funny.
name.
my stud name
Yes.
is Danny. My real name is
Say it, bitch.
Also,
Elaine.
Elaine. Okay.
Nah, you needed a better stud name than that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't
No.
like Danny.
Yeah,
You guys sound like you got big dick energy. Like Danny, like that's not gonna get me wet.
Well,
That part.
is it Daddy?
Because sometimes yeah.
I mean,
though, it's true.
it's daddy for some people,
Okay.
but you ain't get there yet.
I didn't get there yet. But you know what? I gotta say, studs have been really attractive lately, and I don't know why my pussy been twitching for some stud penis, you know? So I don't know if I want a stud named Danny. You gotta come harder than that. Like Demetrius.
Demetrius.
I feel like a
Demetrius?
Derek
Nah.
is definitely
A Derek.
Derek. Don't it sound like nasty?
But you
good,
gotta spell
long,
it
big
DERRICK.
Right.
Like that
dick.
Derek.
Like you just when you seen it's like Big Dick Derek.
Big dick Derek.
You know, I've
Dick
never had a
Derek.
stud.
You haven't?
Never. Because I'm so aggressive.
Oh. No, because I still, even though
I've
I
never
can be
had a
aggressive,
stud.
I like women who still exude
I like my feminine women.
feminine.
This must be why
I like
we never
my
had
pussy
sex.
feminine.
Yeah, because my face been this close to your pussy and it still ain't never licked.
Oh wait, hold on. There's so much to cover here, y'all. They are three great friends, and this episode is gonna be all about girl code, and we're gonna go through a roller coaster of what friends could do in a relationship, outside the relationship. We have a sexologist on the couch. I want to learn more about my sex desires, so we're gonna have a great show. But we're gonna go to the pop quiz, which is our icebreaker questions. All right. And my question to y'all is: if you had $1 for every person you had sex with, what could you buy?
Whoa.
I really don't know.
Mm.
Because at 34 years old, I'm gonna say this. I've never counted my sexual.
I stopped counting.
Yesterday I tried to count it.
It's for,
And
so
I
$1 per
stopped
person, you
counting.
mean?
Yeah.
I stopped counting. I can buy some things.
I could buy a bottle of wine. I realized
Like
that.
we're not paying no bills. Yeah, I
So-
was about to
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
we're not
yeah,
paying
yeah,
any
yeah.
bills or anything
Are
significant.
we talking about cheap bottle of wine or are we talking about the expensive brand?
like a
like a
less
setting-
than $20 bottle of wine, but more than
hook this
15
shit.
bottle of
Okay.
wine. Yeah.
I honestly-
That mid area.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I really stopped counting my partners. Like when I was, I don't know, like when I was 18, I just stopped counting.
So yeah, that's for me. It's the same because when people talk the body count thing, I would have to think about all of my relationships. I would have to think about not just men but women because I play in both sides.
Oh,
It's
that
a other
too.
thing, and how that So is it somebody entering my body or because you know what I'm saying?
Is fellatio considered
Sex?
Yeah.
No,
Is
I
that
think
Bobby?
no. I
If
think
I sucked your dick, it counts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this right now.
And if I fucked you raw, it count twice. Okay.
It counts.
It counts.
It fucking counts.
I don't know. I feel like if we didn't have intercourse, you don't count.
It don't count. I
I
feel like
don't know. I
So
count
it needs
it.
to,
It's
you need
because
to
of-
insert in order for it to count?
Yeah.
You insert it somewhere.
You got
The
it.
reason why I say this because if I suck your dick, you're somebody who I hold at a certain esteem because this is this throat.
If I
This-
sucked your dick, I fucked you.
I keep saying my head game
Mm.
so strong I could gargle peanut butter.
Right.
People don't believe me. I gargle peanut butter. Okay?
You got nothing in your throat right now. Just out of nowhere, you over here
Yeah.
got the natural in the back of your throat, just sitting there waiting. Right? Exactly.
I can't relate. I don't
What could I
enjoy
buy
it.
though?
You know-
I
Honestly,
love sucking dick.
You don't.
I
So
could do a good DoorDash. A good DoorDash. A nice tip.
A
You know
nice
what
tip?
I'm saying? A nice meal. Maybe I can order a steak, but not like a porterhouse. You know what I'm
I
saying?
gotta
Yeah.
be crazy
I mean, I
wild,
can't-
drunk, and crazy wild in the mood to suck a dick. Because
Oh.
otherwise, no.
Nah, we not in the
Absolutely.
yeah,
same house.
no.
Which is why we still question why you married a man at any point in your
Exactly.
life. But we'll
'Cause
talk
you
about that
gay.
later.
Yeah, you married a man, but we want to call you stud. So what do you identify as?
I identify as
Gay.
Lesbian.
Thank you. And that's about it.
So where did the man come from?
So
Experiment.
I am attracted to feminine men.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you gotta explain.
Well,
What
well,
is-
that's the most authentic.
There's a
shit she said, so-
particular way that you need to carry yourself in
Okay.
order for me to be attracted to you, but I am attracted to very feminine men.
Now, are these feminine men gay or are they just straight, but you just
They're
think in your head
questioning because
that's
they
it?
don't know they're gay, but
Yeah.
they're gay.
It could be anything of the above. I don't care.
I'm telling you, if you saw them eyebrows, you would know.
So you would date a gay man?
Yeah, I've dated a gay man before.
What kind of show is this? I love it.
You
Tell me more.
I've
dated a
had
bi man.
2 gay boyfriends, and I've also had a bisexual boyfriend before.
We're not even gonna talk
I was
about.
engaged to a bisexual man.
Oh, that's right.
You.
Oh.
I forget
Oh.
about
Oh.
him. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you want to know
you're
something
right.
funny?
Mhm.
And he would let me.
She
peg him
went so
all the
hard to
time.
not appear as gay as she is that when we were in high school, she tried to make us all believe that she fucked this guy in school, right? And we knew him to be, even though he was kind of like nerdy, geeky, he
Mhm.
was sizable. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And so
Very sizable.
we was trying to process how this bitch lost her virginity to him or whatever the case. One day we found out that was just a whole disguise,
Mhm.
right? Because really at the end of the day, she was a pussy licker. So
It's a preference.
It's a preference.
yes, but it's always interesting to me to kind of hear you talk about how you identify your sexual. Because I just put her as the Q.
So
She's
you're
just
the Q.
curious.
Straight
I'm
up
the Q.
questioning.
I'm the
Yeah,
Q.
yeah.
So
She's the curious.
I think, and I would also think you're kind of demisexual.
what's a demisexual? That's when you wait. When you try and test my knowledge, that's when you're attracted to intelligence.
Or connection. Like you're less like, it's not about necessarily the gender of the person,
Mhm.
but sometimes, it's kind of demi and pansexual could be a little
Because I've done it
close.
all. I've
Okay.
dated
But if you-
the gay,
yeah.
I've dated the trans, I've dated the women, and I've also dated men,
So which one ain't shit the most?
the men,
The gay or the straight?
the straight, and the gay.
just men.
Niggas.
Just men. Just niggas. They ain't shit.
Interesting.
So you was with this man and you don't like sucking dick. How many times was you? Because we just had the live show.
When I tell you, I could probably count on 2 hands and maybe 1 foot out of the 9 years.
That's
Oh,
why they ain't together.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Damn, I never thought I
You
would
like
side with
that's-
him on
yeah.
anything until this
Nasty.
moment.
All right. So you said the niggas ain't shit the most,
Niggas ain't shit the most, and then it's the bitches.
and there's a bit that. Well, everybody ain't shit. So at the
No,
end
no,
of the day-
no. It's okay.
Can you say that word?
I don't know. Can I?
I would
The
just
trans-
say trans people or
The
trans folk.
trans community is okay.
The trans
They
community.
have empathy. Some empathy.
Interesting.
I think they have the most. They probably have the most out of everybody. They need it.
Mm.
I mean, in the most respectful way. Please don't cancel me.
No, but it is because they do have unique circumstances. Even though they're within
That
the
is true.
same umbrella of the LGBT community, it still is a separation of the experience they have versus some others. So I get that.
You know what it is? Because everybody wants to play a game. Everybody thinks something's a game, like you're
Oh,
out
for
to
sure.
get them or something. You know,
sure.
it's like we're on the same team.
So my question to you is, what feminine traits do you like about them?
First of all, you have to have really nice feet.
Okay.
That's number 1. Second of all, you have to have nice teeth.
Okay.
And third of all, you have to smell really good.
So are you attracted to penis at all?
I'm gonna just.
It's a part of them. I use it. It's not really to my enjoyment, but
It's because she's gay.
I've been trying to say this from the beginning. I don't know why you even let her finish her answer because
She's gay.
it's there. It does what it's supposed to do, and
So
that's all.
because how I talk about dick is my mouth waters, my mouth craves for
Yeah,
it.
no.
I love it.
No.
give
My
me
mouth
that.
waters
You
for
understand?
I
We're here.
understand.
We're here.
Listen.
vagina.
So when you talk about dick like this, how can you be married to somebody with not for 9 years and just
Okay, so to be quite honest with you, when he was fat, he had a small dick.
I was
Okay.
about to ask that question. I'm so happy.
Oh.
Yes, let's get to it.
And then once he had weight loss surgery, he lost a significant amount of weight, and it was like
Dick grew.
now it went from a small dick to a huge dick, and I was like, bro, I can't take this.
And now he looks
What
scared.
was all right? So what you can't take? What are we talking about size wise?
I'm talking about like anything above
I don't believe
7
you.
inches.
I
Oh,
don't
I take
believe
that
you.
on the okay.
I don't believe her because she don't like big dicks.
I know
You
I don't,
like small penises.
which is why I'm getting a divorce.
so you wouldn't be coochie bumping?
I'm already coochie bumping.
She been coochie bumping.
I've-
She's
She
I've
would
been
be perfectly
coochie
happy with
bumping
a
since
micro penis.
So
1990.
I remember your DM from the 25 and over club because they was I think my co-host at the time was saying that she can't peg a man, right?
Mhm.
So were you pegging him?
I was not pegging him, but I was pegging other people in my
Okay.
past.
So in 9 years in relationship, how did you please yourself?
So getting head, I would definitely imagine a female.
This is always a relationship.
Definitely.
Mm.
But there are 2 beautiful children in the world.
Yes.
that we don't regret.
Or
but
I
everything
also,
else.
this is also a kicker. I also am attracted to gay male sex. So I would also, when he
She is too.
bending
I-
over on me,
Yes.
I'm imagining someone pegging him.
Oh, I love gay sex. I
Wow.
love.
She's
love.
always gotten up to gay sex too. Yeah.
Just love watching 2 men fuck.
I
It's
send
just
her
like-
porn sometimes.
She does. She sends me porn sometimes, and I just be like, "Yes, bitch, you know what I like."
Where do you watch
It's
your gay
just-
porn?
It has
Huh?
to be sloppy.
Where do you watch your gay porn?
You said, "Where do I watch it?" Look in my house, like on my phone. You know, like I have yet
It's
to
the
see.
only.
like,
It's
what
the only
website?
thing that gets me
Oh.
off.
Pornhub.
So okay, I go to tastyblacks.com.
tastyblacks.com.
I need to try
and
consider
I
a
that.
go to the
sponsorship.
gay section,
Okay.
and it's because not for nothing, I just like
Color.
colored people porn.
Yes.
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 Okay, and it's just something about the other one that I just can't get aroused.
I don't like pink penis, so
That, and I also don't like
Mm.
lesbian sex
It's
because
nothing
it
I
bores
don't like
me.
nothing
lesbian
against
sex
you.
either. Like it's cool, but no, like give me some dick, especially like 2
Two
like
dicks
brolic
coming.
niggas. What?
I like. See, you see how
I
she
love
gets
it.
like how
How
her
she
juices
gets,
is
yeah.
and then
I
when you
just-
See,
Because
but
you know what
I
it is? She
enjoy
only gets
gay
like
guy
that for
sex,
women.
But you
I-
know, so
but okay, so I get wet for gay guy sex. I do not get wet for.
did he know
heterosexual.
this about you though? Like you was a lesbian?
First of all, he knew everything about me. That man knew
he's gay
everything.
too.
We was well. I want to say I was trying to bag bitches for us, but they was more so into me than they were into him. So
Okay, Derek.
so you had a
That
hard time
crash,
kind of
yeah.
creating a poly situation.
yeah,
Okay.
several times they'd be like, "Yeah, I tried talking to him. I looked at him. It wasn't quite right. So yeah, I'm not really that into him. But you and I could talk, and I'd be like." We could fuck, and then that's it.
So are you one of those
Mhm.
studs where you have the strap on, right? I think I just asked this recently to somebody. You have the strap, and when the person's sucking your strap, do you go,
No. To be quite honest with you, I don't enjoy watching someone suck something that I cannot feel.
And that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy asking you those questions.
I like.
Yeah.
I moan when I suck on dildos.
You suck on the dills and the does?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I do it all the time. on My
Dildo the
OnlyFans
do.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Okay, education point, right? There's no point in me sitting here if I'm not gonna give you the game. The thing is, I actually trained myself to squirt on command by sucking dildos, right?
Oh Lord.
It isn't something that will be consistent for everyone, but a good percentage of people with female anatomy, it can be successful for, because your throat and your vagina are connected. Like, and I would have to have a guy do this to see if it works for them too, because I haven't been able to experiment on that side before. Women, like, even if you guys right now go, like you're about to gag and just go, you should feel something in your vagina right now, right? So
I feel that when I'm eating pussy.
well, do it right now. Gag. What'd you feel?
Yeah, I felt the pressure.
The pressure, right? So basically, what it is that your body, depending on whether you're squirting, it fills up in your bladder, which is why people always like, oh, is it pee? Is it pee? You should empty your bladder before sex. Not just pee once, pee, wait about a couple minutes, go and pee again, because you know that last little trinkle that still be hanging around. Get that. And then once you clear your bladder, you don't have to sit there and second guess whether it's squirt or not, right?
Well, wife, you know I got a bad bladder.
She said what?
She got a bad bladder. The bitch do. She has for a long time. My wife is low key. She's low key. What do you call geriatric? She low key geriatric. Yes.
She probably just pissed herself.
She's
just
geriatric. She get up like 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night. I'm over here. That bitch need a Tempur-Pedic for sure. Let me just tell you. So you don't have to feel her get out the bed.
Next to the bed.
Baby. A fucking piss bag or something, you know. But basically, what you're doing is, if you're a woman and you're pleasing yourself, right? Or you're getting yourself aroused with a toy or your fingers or whatever the case is, when you feel like you've built up to the point that you can't take it anymore, the act of gagging actually causes you to push from your pelvic floor. So as soon as you go, everything opens up. And so a lot of women don't experience squirting if they're capable, because simply they think mentally it's pee, it's pee, it's pee, and they stop it. So if you want to kind of explore it, you can practice with that. So sometimes when I would masturbate, I would keep a dildo nearby to make my orgasm stronger, so that at the moment when I was peak, I would jam the dildo on my throat and make myself release, like a deep squirting. I don't need to anymore. But if you are the kind of person who likes the idea or the fantasy of maybe fucking 2 guys, but you don't want to do that, right? You could be with your partner, and you could be using a dildo in your mouth to create that fantasy feeling of a dick in your mouth while one is inside you, without actually having to involve another person. And a man might be more comfortable with that than sharing his woman. So yeah, that's why I
think I like that gym right there. Although I think threesomes are the way to go.
It is.
Amen.
Definitely. It is, but you know how it is. A lot of men are not open to a male, female sort of situation. You say threesome, they automatically assume.
I definitely would want 2
Yeah.
gay guys and me. I wouldn't mind it.
I've had
does
fantasies
that
about
work?
that.
Like,
If I'm already
not
attracted to
her,
watching it,
right?
if I'm already attracted to watching it, why not try and be a part of one?
Now I
I
will
love
say,
your energy.
I would
She
need
gets stud.
she would need a bisexual. She would need 2 bisexual men.
yeah. Now I will say
No.
this: like, I love gay sex, right? And I've definitely met men who did not mind me watching it, and I love that. But I definitely want to clarify, because you got to clarify everything nowadays, that just because I like gay sex doesn't mean that my partner needs to be gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean that I don't want to be with a straight man. It just means that, just like men, they like, midget porn. They
To
like,
be quite honest with you, that's how I
different kinds
found
of-
out.
That's just my kind of porn, but that
ex was
doesn't mean that
into
I'm
it.
going to push that agenda on my guy.
That's
I
how I
don't
found out my
watch
ex was
porn
into
that
it. I was
much.
watching it, and he was like, like out of nowhere, he was like, to be quite honest with you, I'm into that.
Yeah,
And I'm like, my ex-fiance.
oh, okay, the man.
He was the bisexual one that I told you about.
Okay.
He was like, I'm into that. And I'm like, you're into that? And I was like, say less.
This is crazy. I love it though. So wait, what about gay sex do you like?
Okay. Although I like gay sex, I personally don't take it up my butt. I want to try
That's the best
it.
part.
I want to try it so bad.
What stopped you from trying it?
Because this shit hurts.
Well, she probably should.
It hurts
How do I say this?
bad.
You got to work
She's
yourself into
also
it. Even I've done it
purposely-
before.
She's also traumatized herself.
How? Please share.
Should I share or should you share?
All right. It's gonna come out anyway. So what had happened was this one time, right? I had called her. It was like 1 in the morning.
Try 3.
You get 3 in the morning. I used to fuck with this older dude, back when I was living in Dallas, and he wanted to experiment. I was like, okay, cool. I'm the type that I don't even like a thumb in my butt because you know what it is? I'm very mental. So when when we're having sex, like it feels good, but as soon as I feel something inserted in my ass, my body clenches up and I immediately shut down. So ends up buying a toy. And the toy, it was like one of those like butt plugs, but it was like in the shape of a heart, right? All of them. So he goes ahead and it feels good though as it's going in. And I'm just like, okay. Because in my head, I'm like, all right, like try not to overthink it, yada, yada, yada. So it goes in. But it doesn't come out. So I'm just like, and then the nigga falls asleep. He fell asleep. After he busted his nut, he falls asleep. So I'm just like, okay, how do I get it out of me? How do I get it? And I'm panicking at this point. So I run all the way across because he had a huge house. I run across the house to the other side, the other side of the house. And then
West Wing.
I lock myself in the room and then I call this bitch. And I'm like, wife, I have a dildo. I mean, not a dildo. I was like, I have a toy stuck in my ass. She's like, let me see. I took pictures and everything. We was on FaceTime. And I'm like laughing. So we're both on the phone laughing. And I'm like, it doesn't want to come out. I was about to cry. She's like, bitch, stop laughing. It was horrible.
So the problem that I had.
Oh my God, here we go.
She has a friend who sells sex toys. And she wanted to experiment with anal play. And she also has a friend who's a sexologist. And she never thought to talk to her friend until after she got a heart-shaped butt plug stuck in her ass. At 3 a.m, she calls me to interrupt my piece.
My piece at 3 in the morning.
At 3 a.m. to ask me how to get this plug out. And every time, and the thing is, laughing actually makes you tighten up too. People don't realize every time you your thing is going your asshole and your vagina. So if you laugh while you're getting anal play, whatever, your anal area just contracts around whatever's in it. So you're technically making it worse. The other thing is, if you're gonna beginner anal, you should always have a plug that has a loop.
Yes.
To pull out.
And while you tell me the story, I thought it was a loop on it automatically.
Like inside of it or like outside of it?
Like, I was thinking,
it should have been.
I'm thinking you had a loop.
Because a quality anal plug is going to have a mechanism designed to help you retrieve it from the area.
Enough with her.
But
the point is...
Don't you dare. So to me, she let some old mama, right? She let some old nigga. Like, so you know what's... who probably don't know the first, middle, or last thing about any of this. Go and shop plugs. It was probably made of Tonka truck plastic. Oh, no. Right? Not silicone.
Tonka truck plastic.
You know, now you have to imagine.
Can you just hear me out for a second?
So,
okay.
Can y'all just hear me out, please?
Bottom line is,
the point is,
guys don't do what she did.
He came home with a toy. And I wanted to please him by experimenting. It was 2 a.m. This wasn't this wasn't a situation where I was like, oh, let me call my wife and let me, talk to her about it. No.
Well, when you're venturing into a new thing, like
the point is,
how long ago was this?
Honey, this is years ago.
And you haven't tried it then?
No.
I think a great tip is, well, I was doing the bad things. I was using poppers, but now I'm scared to use them.
Is that the stuff that they sniff?
Yeah,
on?
they sniff.
I always wondered what that was.
Yeah, and I felt like a rush go to my head, but it would loosen the muscles in my booty hole.
Oh.
And then it will always be easier for me to take dick. But I think a good tip is like you let the guy just insert it, let your ass percolate on it a little bit, and then he just ease it in.
The other thing is, you
what
should start on
size
your
do you
back.
like taking, Billy?
Start on your back.
A lot of people don't realize that you should actually practice anal sex for the first time. More than likely from your back, you'll have a better experience than arched over. And the reason is because the anal area curves when you enter it. So if you look at if you go online and you just Google anal anatomy, they'll show you a diagram, but you'll see that the beginning is straight, but then everything curves, right? So most of the time when people feel pain, it's because they're like, oh, it feels like you're hitting a wall, right? Because you literally are. Because if the person isn't curved, because you got your curve, and you might not have as many problems. But if they're not curved and you're on your back, it makes it so easy to cat cow, right? So you get tense up. So not only are you tense in the area, you're on an angle, and now your back is looking like a street alley cat. But if you're laying on your back, it actually puts your anatomy at a curved angle.
I've tried that too,
right?
wife.
And hold on.
So back for
You want me to
missionary.
ease
A
you
back,
into it, baby?
but if you
No,
if you
babe.
really want to make it more successful, you should put a pillow under you, a pillow
Yes.
or a triangle angle pillow to bring your body
Like
on that
right here.
on that angle,
Mhm.
like so that your butt should be higher than your
Okay.
head. You should be up, like you know.
Okay.
So when you're that way, even if you are uncomfortable for a moment because your back is against a solid surface, it's harder for you to pull away than it
Mhm.
is if you're a doggy.
Mm.
And so the other thing is, as they're entering, you should breathe in before they enter. And as they're starting to penetrate, go, like right now, just take a deep breath in. Now breathe out. Tell me what you feel in your asshole.
My asshole comes up.
Opens
Right,
up.
opens up. Right.
So it actually makes it easier for something to get in there.
You know what, wife?
While you
know what we're gonna
exhale.
You're going
But-
to have to talk
What
through
help
it.
you with this
When-
a couple
Talk
years
her
ago.
through
When
it.
I get me
If
a
you call
man,
me.
when I get me a man, wife, I need you to sit, Chris.
On the speakerphone.
I just want
Yeah.
you, Chris.
Just
she's,
breathe.
Chris,
I have
she's just
Coach
gonna be
Live.
there.
Just
she's gonna be
breathe.
there as my coach,
Yes.
Chris.
She's talking to my man.
Okay, Chris. She's gonna be there as a coach, baby, not as a
participant?
A participant.
Alright.
No, but seriously, because my whole thing is I really want to try anal sex, and that's another reason why I love gay sex.
Mhm.
They love it.
We have no choice but to.
Because how many other places, right?
How many other
No,
places
but
do we
y'all,
get-
y'all like y'all.
It's the fact that
it's
two
like-
penises are coming for me.
No,
I mean,
and
but
they
anal
take
sex-
dick like it's like
It's
oh.
overrated, low key, because then you gotta think of the cleaning process. Like,
Mhm.
it's not that many times you can have just spontaneous sex. So
Okay.
Without the proper preparation
without the proper
beforehand.
preparation. So
And you have to be very mature.
yeah, and a lot of guys aren't mature because once you have that argument, the first thing you're gonna hear, well, you shit on my dick, and no one's ever gonna say that about me.
Billy,
Like,
you out here sharing on dicks?
He said no one is ever going to say that
no
about
one's
him.
ever gonna say that about me. Now I have shitted on maybe one dick or
Uh-huh.
two, and I lied all my life about it. But the first time I didn't know. I thought, you take a rag, you take a shower, you clean your ass,
And that was it,
And
right?
that was it. But that was my first time I shitted on somebody. My first time doing anal sex.
Mhm.
But the second time, I purposely shitted on somebody.
Oh, you purposely.
You
Oh,
shitted
wasn't
on
a
him.
book.
Shitted on him.
Boom, shitted on him. I need to
Because
know why you did it on purpose.
I can't. It was a matter of like this nigga was trying to play me. Like he was talking on some like basically on some talking to other people. And when I was correcting him, he would be like, "Oh, you're not my man." So I was like, "Okay, no problem. I'll show you out."
I thought we were petty.
Yeah,
I thought we were petty.
I'll show you something.
I thought we were.
And
No, this is level 1,000.
He
One
said,
left.
"Are you ready?" Yes, I am.
I'm more ready than you know.
Welcome to Hershey Park. Okay? And I got him. Did I want to do that? No. But did it have to happen?
Yes.
Not the
Don't play
chocolate
with me.
slide.
And he was so disgusted. And I was like,
He said, "Welcome
You
to
know, I
Hershey
never
Park."
knew. Well, I actually first found out about it. I used to work in CVS back in the days. I think I was like 19, 20 years old. And I used to work at the CVS on 23rd and what is it, 23rd and 8th?
Oh,
Okay.
right next
Right
to
on the
me.
corner where the Gap is at and
Mhm.
BBQ's is across the street. So I used to work there and, guys used to always come in and I used to see these bottle, and it's a brand called Fleet.
yes.
And I'm like, damn.
You are
Why
in
do you-
gay mecca.
I was like, I was like, damn, I wonder why these gay guys call. And then one day I, picked it up and I was like, oh.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Oh.
The
I
gay
am
But I
mecca.
so
didn't know.
embarrassed
Welcome to
to go in
Chelsea.
there and buy it myself. So I make my homegirl buy with me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Because I feel like I don't want the cashier to know my business. Like, Cole, you ain't going to know I'm about to take dick tonight. So, or I
Yeah,
order
because
it
you
from
look very
Amazon.
trade.
Oh, I knew
Well,
they
listen,
was taking
listen.
dick.
If you really want to be special, DoorDash it.
Ooh.
Oh, I
Ooh.
like that.
And the DoorDash
And when you
might
get
be
your
like,
bag,
They're going to hand it to you and you're going to smile as you accept your package.
make sure you lick
Ooh.
your
Leave it at
lips
the
too when you
door.
do it.
oh my God, I had the vision today.
Leave it at the
I
door.
ordered Uber Eats today, right? And I was at the door waiting for them. But I was already like horny and shit. And I was like, what if I just masturbate and when he come and get the package? And a lot of guys is curious, so I think they will probably enjoy it.
I've seen
But-
enough pornos that started like that.
I was going to say, it does sound like the
That
story.
sound like a real
It
porn.
does. And I feel like it could happen for me. We're going to go to our relationship segment. It's called the chemistry class, right?
Okay.
Where we talk about relationships, dating, and my question to you is, how long were y'all friends for first?
Wow.
It started at different years, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
because there's
Yeah.
a connection
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely
where,
a
well,
connection.
technically,
Start from the beginning.
technically,
Start from the beginning.
I met the both of them around a similar time. I met Danny, 9th grade, coming in. We've known each other since 9th grade in high school.
We didn't like
Okay.
each other at first.
But I also met her in the same year because another friend that we went to school with, right?
Mhm.
Shout out to Terry, hey girl. But then later on, obviously, they ended up being introduced because we used to have these, get-togethers,
Hold-downs.
hoedowns.
Shout out to you, Terry.
Shout out to Terry. We really got to
Terry,
give us.
we used to have some
She
house
used to
parties.
And Trisha.
The hoedowns and Trish.
And Trish.
They used to be the ultimate teenage house parties,
Yeah.
right? To teenage to the young adult. We continue doing this in our 20s and all of that. But we just have a
Yes.
get together, invite the right people, the right vibe, and
Right.
have a blast. So they ended up meeting through, that connection or whatever the case is. But then our friendship grew, and then eventually all four of us, technically, me, Sue, Terry, would have all started to chill with each other.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I've known both of these bitches for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when we met, we didn't like each other.
Over 20
Oh, I
years.
couldn't stand this.
Wow.
First of all, this bitch thought she was smart.
She is smart.
Put some respect on my name, huh? Okay. Put some respect on it.
Like, legit
we,
thought she was smart.
we were both nerds. And
Back when it was cool to be nerds.
we were always cool
It's
to be.
still
It's
cool
still
to
cool
be
to be
a nerd.
nerds.
Still
Fuck
cool
out
to
of
be a
here.
nerd.
Knowledge is sexy, okay?
It
That's why we are
is.
here studying, because it
Yeah.
needs to be
Studied.
studied. Okay. But yeah, she and I used to compete because the teachers would ask questions, and it's always like, "Who's the nerdiest bitch?" We get it right, and it's like, "Shut the fuck up!" This light-skinned bitch always raises her hand. So we fought over that kind of stuff, but we all ended up being unified.
Top of our class.
Top of-
Let
yeah.
these motherfuckers know.
Yeah.
Top
Well-
of our
birds of a
class.
feather. We might be hoes,
But we some
smart.
smart
We
hoes.
smart.
Who's the biggest whore here?
Smart hoes.
Who's the biggest whore?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how you measure whore. What would you? Okay, I got a question that can maybe help us answer.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you think is something that's like out of this world, and then we'll see who did it.
Like, who's the person that you'd be like, I just fucked another nigga, and you'd be like, damn, another one?
No, that's not a good. That's not a good.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's all of
That's
us.
all- hold on now. Baby, don't listen to these bitches. You the only nigga. You're my everything. Right? No. But because I think we all had a time. First of
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Some of
And I
us
love
is
the-
still, some of us remembering the times, and some of us is still having a time. But
And I was just telling somebody, like, I remember having those times in my 20s, but I can't fathom the thought of me doing it in my 30s. And I really want to relive it in my 30s.
You can.
So I said next summer, I'm
now
going
you
to
know
do
what
a
niggas
thought.
always.
I'm going to do a thought summer tour next year. I'm going to DC. I'm going to Atlanta.
I love DC. Them
I'm going
niggas is
around, and I'm
fun.
just living
He
my best
said,
life.
I'm going
I want to
around
say
town.
though, I'm still
Yeah.
in my 30s.
Okay.
All right, technically closer to 30 than 40 because I'm 34.
Mhm.
But I will say that once I cross that bridge, my appetite for sex is still as raging as it's always been, but the connection to the person mattered more because I don't like hit or miss
Yeah.
encounters, and I'm not about to play Russian roulette anymore with my with my
Yeah,
pussy, right? But you get that
agreed.
motherfucking person
Mm.
Hello.
who you think got 6 arms and some type of Hindu god because it's like,
Mhm.
how did they touch you in all of those places at the same time with no assistance or help nearby? I got a vibrator on my clit. I got a finger in my pussy.
Raise it.
I got something pinching my nipples, and still something is rubbing pussy and somehow playing with my asshole. And I'm like, where did you get all of the?
Sounds like
that
you fucking
motherfucker. Let me just
octopus.
tell you
Yes.
right now.
I
But
like
yeah.
that. Can't play Russian roulette because
No,
No, that is true.
Because it's a hit or miss. You never know. Some people are great experiences,
Especially
and some
with
people
new
are just
people.
like,
I feel like we've all been careless.
yeah.
We have all been careless. We have
Oh
all
no. Wrong word. Carefree, but not careless because we've been
carefree.
responsible.
Okay,
Yeah.
carefree.
Right?
That is true.
You know what
We've
I'm
all
saying?
been
These
we've all
testes
been
is in my
carefree.
charts is
Yeah.
I feel
on
like,
point.
but you're right. I feel like
STD,
nowadays,
STI, whatever
for
it is
real.
these days.
I feel like nowadays there's just too much going on right now,
Mhm.
and it's like I ain't gonna lie.
Keep to your
I
regulars.
Definitely was a hoe back in the days. Ooh,
Mm.
I was
Yeah,
a hoe.
we-
I mean, and I feel like with the right person, I'll still be a hoe.
A hoe.
Hands
Yeah.
I'm
down.
a personal whore.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Not a
Absolutely.
Not a hoe, a whore.
Absolutely. I will
Bottom
be
of the barrel.
I will be
Jezebel.
I mean, we can reenact. You can go pick me up at the corner
Right.
somewhere.
Yo, don't
you know
you-
what I'm
I
saying?
love that
And
kind of
act
shit.
like you paid me for
Kinky.
suck your dick or something.
And I'm in a BDSM lifestyle too, so I'm also into unorthodox kinks. But one thing I will say that all three of us, right, or whatever the case, first of all, it's a judgment-free friendship.
Judgment-free
That's the
zone,
one
yes.
thing I love the
Yes.
most about my friends. I love
Yes.
so much that you know how sometimes you feel like you can't even do the walk of shame with your
Mhm.
peeps. No, we just
Nah,
gotta be
we-
like, bitch.
bitch, you don't know
And
what I just did.
and
Let me
then
tell
we're
you
gonna,
something.
We're gonna listen to the details, and then afterwards we're gonna say, "Now, friend,
Yeah, all the
It's
time.
always, it's
Now
always
you
the
know.
now friend.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Now
Yep, all the
friend.
time.
Now friend.
But what I will say is, because I think the first time we ever had any sexual encounter was actually in a threesome.
Wasn't it the foursome?
No, the foursome
That does
came after
not
the
include
threesome.
me. Thank you very
Right,
much.
we've had a
Y'all had
great
sexual
I was
encounters
first.
with
Let me
each
tell you
other?
how. Let me
These
tell
two
you
did.
how.
These two
Let
did.
me tell you how
How
trash
y'all let the lesbian out?
No.
Because Danny is
don't
not
like
the
dick.
First of all-
fuck.
first
How
of-
did I describe
First of all, I'm not
it?
attracted to any one of them. They're both gorgeous women,
Like,
but I'm
yes.
not attracted to either one
Yeah,
of them.
it's
Because
like
they're
and
not
I've
a
known them
man.
for-
They don't have a
And the
penis.
funny thing is, all of my girlfriends that I've had, jealous of them. For what reason?
Always.
I had no
Yes.
idea.
The last one did, the white girl. I don't
She
know
was
if it
Puerto Rican, but yes, white girl.
Whatever.
You know what it is? Remember we had a pact too. If certain of us didn't lose our virginity before we left high school, we were just gonna give it to Danny at one point. But but the truth of the matter
Never
is,
happened.
I do think that there comes a point with Danny. Our friendship was never built on a foundation of lust. Our friendship wasn't built on a foundation of that. I met this bitch, turn it up a little bit. So we was, and then later on, as we spent more time with each other,
That's
the connectivity grew in the other areas where we realized, first of all, we had a lot of stuff in common. We were both moms, you know what I'm saying? Certain stuff
Yeah.
like that. And, niggas had to struggle. But, so it's a different dynamic,
Okay.
if that makes
Yeah.
sense. I don't
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
at Danny in a sexual way, even though she's a beautiful body. I've seen her pussy
Yes.
since I was 15 years old. You know what I'm saying?
When I say seen it, I mean
No, like up-
1 inch
like a-
away from it.
Friendship is extremely important, right? But also, you find yourself, because you have a close friendship, you may find yourself venting to your partner. Venting to your friend about your partner.
Mhm.
So my question to you is it healthy to vent about your partner to your friends?
Yes.
I think so. Now, I will say this. It is not always good to always vent about negative things
Mhm.
because your friends, that's all they're going to know, and I feel like, unfortunately, that happens a lot. And then you get those friends that be like, oh, bitch, just leave him and yada, 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 and whatever. My whole thing is we all vent.
Mm-hmm.
It is natural. All of us vent. Just like if I had a partner, he's going to vent and he's going to vent to his friends, period. It's fucking life. But at the end of the day, what I love about our friendship is that no matter what we go through, not one of them be like, oh, fuck that nigga.
Mm.
Oh, leave him.
Just never.
She's had
That's
plenty.
never.
She's had plenty of issues, you know what I'm saying, in her marriages, and not one of us, from the beginning was like, "Oh, divorce him."
Nope.
You know what I'm
No,
saying? Because
nope.
at the end of the
Mhm.
day, we're all gonna have issues.
And trust me, he thinks you guys said that.
No, and the funny
and
thing is,
I'm like, to be quite honest with you, they
we be the ones in his corner.
play
Mhm.
both sides, and they try and make it work. And then it's
Because
just
marriage
not
is
like
still
that.
a vow. You know what I'm saying? So you
Mhm.
don't want to encourage your friend to make a life-altering decision like that unless you're absolutely sure that that's what you
Now-
think is best for them.
that day that he did that other thing, I wanted to knock his fucking teeth out. That's when I was like, all right, you need to
That's
get that
when
nigga
we switched
Right.
teams and we hit the switch instantly. There was no, we went from hot to cold. We went
No,
straight. I'm
straight.
hot, warm, cold. No, we went straight.
Straight. to it.
Because
But it is
and
healthy,
it's up to Danny if she's comfortable discussing that. So we're not gonna talk deep, but basically he did an unforgivable thing
Mhm.
that I don't think any true friend is gonna encourage their friend to stick around for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
Yep.
I have my best friend, Samantha. We've been friends since the 3rd grade. So I'm 32 now. So whatever that math is, we've been friends for years. And as my friend, she has never been judgmental of me. She'll vent to me and tell me about her nigga, this. And if you hate him in the moment, bitch, I hate that nigga too.
Right.
Fuck that nigga. And then if she says, you know what, I'm gonna just work it out. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
work
you be
it out.
bugging. You be bugging.
Right.
That's
Mhm.
I'm here for you. I'm here to support
Yep.
you.
You do need that voice
feel
of
me?
reason.
You do.
Well,
and that's
you
what
gotta
it
be
is.
honest with yourself. It's not always just one person. It's two sides to every story.
And when
And-
if you know
and-
your friends, you know the role
Exactly.
they potentially
Yes.
played in the problem they're
Exactly.
having.
And that's what I love about them too.
Exactly.
Because she knows me very well.
I'm
She
good.
knows me very well. And when I'm in the wrong, she will tell me, bitch,
bitch.
you know.
you know.
Now you know, bitch.
Mhm.
and I stand down and I'd be like, you know what? And I go from 1,000 all the way down to -0 because you're right. So, and for me,
Anytime anybody's wrong, we'll call the other person
yes,
and be
we
like,
do that very well.
Listen,
We're not the type
I'm
that,
gonna need you to fix this, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to reevaluate yourself.
yeah.
And we hang up, they reevaluate themselves,
That's
and
what's
we
up.
get it together.
Yeah. But to answer like
Mm.
your question, for me, it's healthy if your friend is truly your friend. That's the
Mhm.
first thing. Because a lot of people don't measure friendship in a way that they should,
Mhm.
right? They're quick to call a lot of people a friend when they don't understand what that component exists of. It's no different than an actual relationship. It's not about when shit is good. It's about when shit is not. And don't get it fucked up. We have definitely each had periods of times where we had to call each other like, bitch, what's going on with us, right? Now, it's what I will say is I also agree with what Sue said about there's got to be an equilibrium. Like if you only venting to me, right? I'm only hearing negative. So the only opinions I'm allowed to form about that person are based off of what I've heard, which is always negative. So I don't have any positives to counteract to even advocate for what could potentially be good. So I will say you should balance sharing both, not just venting when it's a negative situation, but share the positive. But on the flip side, that means you got to have friends who are truly friends, because me calling my friend to share my happiness or tell them something great that my partner did, there are girls, and a lot more honestly, it's more common with women. Let's be real. That'll be like, this bitch is always bragging about her nigga. Like, take that tone. Why would you be bothered by my expression of happiness?
Hating.
As my friend, why would you not want to see that all over my face every time you see me? Why if you keep her like this, you always you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's where you get into a danger zone when you got a friend who's always here for the tea, but never here for the flip side. You know what I mean? And if you have a friend who responds like that, baby, reevaluate.
I tell my friends that they have the man in me and the woman in me. The woman in me, I'll be like, I understand what you mean, bitch. Like, yeah, fuck that nigga, fuck that nigga. But then the nigga in me be like, all right, friend, you ready for the nigga now? The niggas is maybe he don't know how to do this because of this or this. And niggas really don't know how to communicate their feelings,
This is true. Gay male friends are the best for that reason. I swear to God, you are the definition of equilibrium.
Yes.
Okay?
So I give her both sides. But even with me, she'll be like, she'll cheer me on and be like, all right, nigga. But you're a little dramatic. You're a little extra because if we argue, I'm gonna give you a scene. Me and this nigga was arguing in New Orleans. I was sliding down the wall. You don't love me.
Are you serious?
You don't love me. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Took the sheets off the bed, took the pillow, slept on the bathroom floor. And he's just watching me like, are you done? I'm like, no, not yet. And so
you was having a whole scene.
It's so funny because I'm total opposite. But the funny thing is, my man was like, are you loving me? Are you loving me harder? Because I always say, when you're in a relationship, you actually have to love harder in anger. So whenever I switch tones and I'm like, no, darling, because I exist for your pleasure. Is there anything else you need? No. Okay. All right. Yeah. Am I going to get dick tonight?
I love it when she talks like that.
I start to become like slightly customer service meets whatever. And he'll be like, I see I pissed you off. Are you loving me harder right now?
First of all, she's toning it down. She speaks to people like they're stupid and I love it.
I don't speak to people like...
Yes, you do. This condescending, yes, you do.
It can be condescending to those who in which it's supposed to be condescending too. But I will say the beautiful thing is like in my current relationship where I didn't have this in the past because I was engaged before and all that stuff too. You gotta know how to like laugh off shit like that too. So when we would do it, and that I'm doing it because I'm pissed at you, but the fact that he'll play, oh yes, no dear,
now both of y'all are being
so
assholes
now we're
together.
being assholes, but we're playful about it. Where it actually could sometimes lend to harm. Then you got certain people. Like, if I'm choosing not to fucking curse you out, and I'm choosing to go, no, sweetheart, because you didn't put it back where I asked you to, and that's why we're here right now. Know that I'm definitely trying not to flip out on you. But people only respect the reverse.
The reverse, yeah. Because I would like somebody to communicate like that to me, but I'm not receiving that.
No.
So I'm only receiving it when you yelling. And that's when I'm like, oh, you mad. But I would love for somebody to be like, no, we're here because such and such. But that's only in the ideal world. And
in an ideal world. But you know what? It's possible. It's possible. Because I'm a dramatic bitch. Let me be very clear with you.
Very.
Dramatic. I might not appear so. Because I've grown. I've evolved. But if you haven't caught my flair for the dramatics yet, honey.
The other day, me and my girlfriend were having a fight.
Okay.
The other day, me and my girlfriend were having a fight, and we've both been through trauma in both of our last relationships. And I went to go give her a kiss, and she's like, "Why are you giving me a kiss?" I'm like, "Because I'm not toxic like your last one. I'm just giving you a kiss. I'm still mad at you, but I'm giving you a kiss."
Shade. Toxic like your last one is shade.
That would hurt my feelings.
Petty.
Right? Like, why are you bringing up my ex now?
Right?
She's definitely probably the pettiest.
Out of all three of us?
I'm not the pettiest.
What?
You're a Taurus, so you're stubborn.
Bitch, bye.
Definitely stuck in your
I
ways.
mean, I'm a Pisces,
Oh.
so we got a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm the least.
But she's definitely the pettiest.
You're number one.
I'm the
Yeah.
voice of reason.
You're
You're
number
the-
2. I'm number 3.
What's your
This-
sign?
I don't know about number 2, number 3.
Yes, bitch. I'm number 2.
Aquarius. You know damn well.
B. I'm number 2.
You're
I mean,
Aquarius?
I'm number 3.
She has the
I'm an
worst
Aquarius, yeah.
temper.
I do.
She's the pettiest.
yeah.
You're the
I'm the
dramatic.
voice of reason,
The
but I
voice
can
of-
be dramatic. My, you
No,
know,
she
and
is- she is the voice of
She is
reason.
the voice of reason. I will give her that
Let
much
me-
because
so you know,
throughout my whole
I'm-
relationship, she's been the voice of reason. Maybe that's why I stayed the fucking 9
No,
years.
bitch, it ain't why you stay. Don't put that on me.
So what I
Voice of
call
reason.
her, I actually call her the nigga whisperer.
Mm. Wow.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Any man.
Every time she says that shit, because it's like nigger whisperer sounds low key like a
Yeah.
slave master. or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Hear me
nigger
out, guys.
whisperer.
Remember- hear me out. Look me in my eyes. This any guy that I've ever dated and I had an issue with, I would tell the man, I would give him a sentence. Call this hoe up right here. Wife, can you please tell this motherfucker what I just said? She will say the same thing. The same thing. Did they listen to her? Of course they did.
I would like to
Each-
say.
And each and every time, and it was different men throughout my life. I'm 41 now. Every single time it would come out of her mouth,
They would listen.
they would listen. But when I said it, it was like,
You know what it is? It's her tone, and it's how she saying
nah,
it.
fuck you, bitch. Because there were times where I was as feminine as possible. I was in a place of
Define feminine
Fuck
as
you,
possible.
bitch.
Define feminine.
Define. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
How
Danny.
would you say
Thank
it?
you.
I was okay, for example.
Because
I
she's
s-
much more of a nigga than I am.
Yeah. Don't let the dress fool you. I co-sign that message as well, Danny. Danny for president.
I'm a lady. No, seriously. Like, for example, I'll say, do me a favor, pick that up from the floor. Do me a favor, pick that up from the floor.
You sound like you telling somebody what
And
to
I would
do.
say, honey, could you pass me that right there?
Exactly
Shut the
my
fuck
point.
up.
Exactly my point.
Let's do this again.
Exactly
Say it again.
my
Say it
point.
again.
Pick the shit. No, okay.
That's
No,
about
seriously.
right. That's about right.
That-
I don't know why she tried to
that's
code
what
switch
she-
back.
That's what she said
No, no,
the
no.
second time
All right,
around.
all
That shit was bullshit. All right.
No. All right, no, seriously. Let's just hypothetically say I tell a guy, hey, listen, like, I really like you and I just want to spend some time with you. And that's why I'm frustrated because I don't see you.
But how do you say it?
Just like I said it.
Do y'all agree?
And usually,
No.
wait, and you
let's give him what he needs, right? Because it needs to be studied. Talk to him as
Okay.
if he is the guy.
Okay.
And you've been trying to spend time with him and he hasn't been making room for that. And how you would say to him if maybe 2 times y'all tried to link and it was unsuccessful and now you're coming to him out of frustration.
I have not seen you. You promised me that you were going to see me.
I've been busy.
I'm frustrated. I don't care. I will say that because I really don't give a fuck. But no, seriously, I have grown and evolved. I haven't seen you. I really do like you, and I really want to spend some time with you.
So here's what I would say. Since I'm a nigger whisperer, I would say, sweetheart, I understand that you have a very busy schedule because my shit get crazy too. You know what I'm saying? But I really, really, really feel recharged every time I spend time with you. And I don't feel like I've had an opportunity to really do that
You
lately.
just made my coochie hot.
And so if you and I could get an opportunity to get together, you know, laugh, joke, maybe I touch you, you touch me.
Y'all,
And, you know, we would both be happier people in life. And,
can I
you know,
interject?
I would say something like that.
And
I would
I-
never say I don't care.
Let me tell you something.
Because how am I ask you to care about what I'm saying to you and I'm
Right.
telling you I'm
No,
about what you gotta say
I
back.
was just playing because my whole thing is I've been the one who has been busy and with a
Mhm.
busy career.
Mhm.
And I've definitely had guys let me go because I haven't had time.
Mhm.
My whole thing is, and I swear to you, I've literally been in positions where I have said something via text message. She has literally said something like verbally to that person, the same sentence via text. She
Mhm.
said it.
I think it's tonality though, because they're still reading the text in your
But she
voice.
said it nice just now.
Yeah, no, but they're still reading it in her voice.
Voice.
And you know what I will say, and this is for anybody in
Mhm.
any relationship. If you really want to be successful, like let's just say you really do care about that person on the other end.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you don't give a fuck, right? It's like, nigga, I want what I want. Give me some dick, and I ain't
Yeah.
seen you ain't fucked. And I'm frustrated.
Right.
But sometimes you really do want to chill with that person. Men, especially if you're a woman dealing with a man, certain words shut their brain off. And they will instantly turn off, and it's way harder to get that engine to turn back on after, right? Once they shut down, good luck. So if you don't lead from a space that opens them up, like I'm the kind of woman who, if my guy was upset with me, I'd be like, you know I like sucking your dick, right? Look. You ain't even straight. Right? You ain't even straight. And you was like, oh, okay. You like, but you're still a man at the end of the day.
Because at the end of the
gave me a
day,
tingle.
At the end of
yeah.
the day, and I would say, but I'm upset with you. And when I'm upset with you, I don't want to suck your dick. Can we figure out how to get back to me sucking your dick?
Look at him
That's a love
pondering.
language.
Look at him
I
pondering
would say
over
that
there.
to my partner.
And I would have never said that. But now,
But when you
I
think
will
about
use
it, because you got to drive men from the place of their motivation, right?
Men
And
are
it's not
sensitive
always
too.
it's not always just they dick, but at the end of the day, y'all call it your manhood. Right? So talk to his manhood, so his manhood could talk some sense into his brain and be like, listen, you know you like what she do, that shit she do, right? Because the point is, what I'm really saying, translation, and that's a dramatic example, right? But I'm really just saying is, I like it when we're good, and right now we're not. So can we figure out what we need to do to get back there, so we can get back to doing the things we enjoy doing with each other?
Nah, wife, but there's been times where I've been literally like on some peaceful shit. Because I
you
know
have.
I can be the devil. You can go high, I go to hell with shit. And, but I've really changed though. Have I not?
You've grown.
no,
You've
you're a little bit
grown.
more
We're still
feminine
working
now.
on her a little bit, but she's grown. I give credit where it's due. You are not where you were. You are not where you were.
I am not.
And I will say this, but I think what it is that when people have to realize, especially when you're texting, people remember the tone in which you say certain things in other contexts. So even if you're not angry with them, like if I'm chilling with, like, let's just say you somebody I'm fucking with, me and my friends, and you see me go off on the next person, even though I'm not doing it to you, you're still witnessing what my wrath can look like. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, so you got to make sure that certain conversations just can't be texted. That's the first thing. Certain conversations can't be texted, because if they can't decipher your tone or your body language, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna interpret it however
How
the
they
fuck
want
they
it.
receive
Or
it,
whatever
right?
mood they're in.
Whatever, exactly. You don't know what kind of day a person had or whatever the case is, and that changes everything. Like, I ain't got time for this shit. Like, you ever had a real bad day and they're not even saying nothing crazy, but you just looking at it, you like, nigga, not now, right?
Yeah.
But if I
definitely.
text you, you know I like sucking your dick. I don't give a fuck what kind of day you having. You gonna read my text.
Yeah.
But I do think for you, your patience has grown. Right?
has.
And your lack of emasculating these niggas has definitely reduced, or whatever the case is.
Close your mouth, you're catching flies.
She doesn't know how.
So who does the worst job at catching, bringing the best quality candidate home?
Oh,
That's a good question.
gay ass over there.
It used to be me, I think.
Well, her gay
Really?
husband.
I think it used to be me.
Because
I used to have, because I ran a Build-A-Bear workshop for years.
I love a Build-A-Bear workshop.
I had me a
do not.
Build-A-Nigga
I hate it,
workshop.
but-
I used to build a nigga up.
Fix a nigga all day.
Fix a nigga up.
Billy the Builder.
No,
Stuff
I
in that
can't do
motherfucker,
it no
filling him up.
more. No.
Got him all.
I won't do it anymore. I
No,
can't do it.
but that's why I
think
say
too
maybe
far.
I
I will
used
not
to
allow
be.
myself to do that anymore.
Right. And
Yes.
I think that's what would make me in the past probably the person, because I'm definitely someone who invests in potential, used to invest in potential.
You're right.
A lot of guys that I've shared time with, I know now absolutely didn't deserve it, but I really did see good things in them. But the problem that I didn't know then, that I do know, is that a person has to want it for themselves. And I could see presidency in you. Like, I
Yeah.
could see, the top
Yeah.
for you. But if you ain't there, you ain't there. But I'm over here working tirelessly. So I'm directly contributing to my exhaustion later. Like, not because they asked for it, but because if I'm for my man, I'm going hard. But I wasn't choosing the right people to go hard for.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I was investing monetarily and time-wise, and it definitely showed to be a waste of time and a waste of money. And so I'm not doing that anymore. You need to come with your own shit. I'll come with my own shit. I'm not bringing my drama or anything into anything. You might know about it, but I can't do it anymore. Now I have 2 little mouths to feed, so it's like.
And I love that.
I think that's the difference
I
between
refuse to.
codependency and
I refuse
interdependency.
to.
So that's what
Like,
it is.
for example, like the person that I'm dating now, she's a manager of a makeup place, and she makes her own money. She don't ask me for a dime. I don't ask her for a dime. The only thing that we invest in each other is time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think before, something about your 30s where you try to pick better men
Mhm.
or better partners. And before, I always pick niggas with not so well paying jobs, and they're gonna treat me their pay rate.
Mhm.
Nothing, you know.
And let me tell you,
It's
the
also about where they value
narcissists,
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
the narcissists are the worst when they treat you like their pay rate. The worst.
Look, it's not tricking if you got it. If I got it, you're gonna have it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm at the point where I want somebody to plan a trip for me.
To also have it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
Put in the same effort you're giving out, you want to return. And I feel like that's where I'm at in life as well.
Mhm.
I feel like not too long ago, like probably like 2 months ago, like I went through my phone, I deleted a lot of people, I blocked people. I had Hinge. Ugh, I had some good dates on Hinge though. I deleted my Hinge profile. So I'm like actively right now, I'm just not dating anybody.
She's very good at that. Like like the cutoff.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Us Aquarians.
Aquarians are
You good with the cutoff?
they're very good. They're like
Oh.
Roadrunner with that shit. One
Yeah,
minute they're one
I'm
minute they're
very
not.
good.
I
You're
gotta
not.
ease off of you.
No.
To be quite
Yeah.
honest
I
with
don't
you,
think
to be
your
quite
birthday-
honest with
your
you, the
birthday's now,
older you
Virgo.
get,
We're
the
shadow
more
signs.
easier it is to cut the bullshit.
Mhm.
If someone's not serious with you,
That's always been
cut
me,
the
though.
bullshit. If someone's cheap, cut the bullshit. If someone
cheap?
is, listen, you know niggas be cheap.
Yeah.
What your lip quivering for? You know niggas is cheap. You know
Y'all,
niggas is
we
cheap.
didn't come on this good podcast to act like we don't know we on a home training.
Well-
She was doing some patient just now. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Why your lip quivering?
Because you said cheap and then she reiterated that word. And now I'm going to say you know why. So I'm going to y'all.
the gay husband was cheap.
My husband wasn't cheap, but he was definitely not up to par when I met him. Okay.
It's okay because
So listen to this. Okay. So when I met my husband, I had my own apartment. He moved in. My roommate moved out because my husband fake cut his own watch and said that my roommate cut his watch.
what?
What?
Like, this nigga is crazy. So then all of a sudden, before I knew it, this nigga moved in, right? And so I started Airbnb. You remember when I
You
started
did,
doing,
yeah.
Bruh.
That's one thing about my baby. She gonna have a lot of trades.
I was working full time and also did Airbnb before Airbnb was popular.
That bitch was coming home, cleaning the rooms and everything. I remember that.
No, that is true.
I was making 6 figures before making 6 figures was
Mm.
a
A thing.
fun
Yeah.
thing to do. And so what ended up happening was I used to include him. He started acting rude to people. I stopped including him, and I was making the 6 figures. I stopped sharing it.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of a sudden, it just became a problem. Like, oh, you're making all this money. You're going out of the country once a month. Like, issues. And I'm like, bruh, first of all, you need a passport to hang with me.
Mm.
Second of
why
all,
she's a pettiest?
Yeah.
you're gonna need some money to pay for,
Thank
the
you.
trips that you want to go on, because I'm not gonna be paying for it all the time. And then left and right, before I knew it, we were in Thailand on whose dime? Mine.
I'm not gonna lie.
We were in Jamaica on whose dime?
Wait.
Mine. We were in Spain
My life is
on
all
whose dime?
Shut
Mine.
up.
So
Our friend is talking.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's my vent.
It's okay. And we're here to judge. We're not judging. We're not here to judge.
We're here to judge when the cameras cut off.
It's okay if you judge.
It's like
No,
our shit.
we're not-
I am a sugar daddy on the low.
It's not tricking if you have it, and I'm the
Oh,
same
I'm definitely.
My
You know
wife.
what? You know what it is?
What?
When you're married to someone, it doesn't feel like you're tricking.
way. Exactly. And you're doing it because that's out of the genuine.
Yeah, but when they
of your
start
heart.
abusing that shit and you start realizing, you be like, nah, I'm tricking. I'm
Yeah.
tricking.
And it may feel like you're gonna get frustrated. It happened with me. I paid for all our trips. I paid for his birthday. I used to go above and beyond and get whatever he wanted. Then I learned the trick. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna make you still feel like you're special. Get the package and then call the bank and say I didn't get it. This way, I really didn't pay for it. However, don't go doing that because I need time to still do that. How-
Y'all should just edit that
Yeah,
out,
yeah, yeah.
honestly, because that was a gem.
But it's okay. We all make mistakes like that, and it's about. I think when I told myself turning 32, my live show theme was Renaissance, and it was on my birthday, and Renaissance means rebirth, and I'm going to focus on my promise to myself is to love myself more before I can love someone else.
I love that.
Because I do have the fear of abandonment. I do attach on to niggas quickly, and
I
niggas
was
ain't
about
shit.
to say, it sounds like your attachment style comes
So
from
I
that,
have
yeah.
a fear. So my whole thing is she knows, my friends know I have abandonment issues myself. But I love this for all of us that we're all right now in a position where we just want someone to reciprocate. And I think that's the thing. I feel like I am tired of putting effort and just even, especially mentally and emotionally, I'm tired of someone, you know what it is? I feel like I meet a lot of men who are damaged.
Yeah.
They are damaged.
And that's when we say, come here, let me fix you. I can teach you what love
And it's
looks
not
like.
even about
exactly what
fixing.
it
I
is.
feel like naturally, I want to care for a person. Naturally, I want to support you. Naturally, I want to be understanding. Like, I want to make sure that you're good. But I feel like all of this effort that I'm putting into you, I'm watering you. But when I need it, I'm tired of going to my friends.
Yeah.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
I always say to people, right? That's why I'm always a reason, because, I'll be on some ratchet shit, but I'm always trying to help my people, right? So I say this. People ask the question about the what, when you look at a cup, is it half empty or half full? And I always say it depends on whether you're pouring or drinking, right? Because in a healthy relationship dynamic, sometimes you're sipping, sometimes you're pouring. But then you got those relationships where one person's doing all the filling and the other person's just absorbing what's in the cup. But they're not putting back into the cup, so this other person never gets to get their replenishment. And then you start to feel like, yo, I'm putting all of this out.
And I am thirsty.
Energy just going out. And that person hasn't once thought for 2 seconds to check to see if you have had your fill. So I will say that, again, comes with that getting to a point in life where you get to a certain age and you had certain experiences and you realize
I don't want
the
this shit
math
no
is
more.
not motherfucking
math.
math.
Yeah. It's
I
not
think
adding up.
Something that we all have in common here is we all have our own businesses and we're all hustlers, and we don't have time to. Younger me had time to say, "Oh, come here, let me fix you. Let me show that love to you." I don't got time for that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't got time to understand.
Come with your own plane ticket.
Right. But I will say this. I have a partner. My man has a great foundation now. I will invest in every bit of potential that I see in him, because not just because he's already doing things to keep him self-sufficient. So that's cool. But sometimes you do come into a person's life and you see something that they may not see. Or they may have thought about it, but they've had many things question whether they should go out. Like even what you're sitting here doing right now. There's a lot of people who would probably make great podcast hosts, for example, but they don't have that push to just go out on a limb and take that chance on themselves. And then they get that partner who's like, you got a personality. You should really consider this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that's good. But the problem that we probably sound like we all had is we weren't getting with people who are already at a certain level of sufficiency. And then we're getting them broken and trying to repair them as opposed to getting them.
But when you think about it like this, because of the traumas that we've lived, and we've all lived different traumas, we are forced to grow up a certain different kind of way and mature a different kind of way in which our partners or whoever it is that we're dating or seeing at the time has not been able to make at that time. So yes, I do acknowledge it, but you can't ride that horse for so long. You know what I mean? Like at one point or another, you need to mature. You need to, start pouring into your partner. You also need to start respecting your partner, because if you don't respect your partner and what he or she is doing, then I don't know what kind of success, your partner is going to have without you. So,
and in all honesty,
I'm just kidding.
well, back on the next segment.
Except for his mom. Return back to sender.
He's going to send you a
because
season
you do got the mamas who confused about the relationship between them and their sons, right?
Hello.
Because there are different types of mothers out here who don't realize that some ways that they treat their sons are low key, not mother-daughter or mother-son. I'm sorry, dynamics. They're low key incest type dynamics, because low key, why are you so invested?
And why is your son your husband?
Thank you.
That part.
I made an episode called "He's Not Your Man."
Period.
He's not your man. And yeah, and I had maybe 2 relationships like that. And it was just like, yo, I understand being close. Me and my mother don't have the closest relationship. Is on and off. Right now, we're on. However,
congratulations.
I know, right?
Hey, mama.
Thank you. Oh, she knew what I said about her on this pod. She probably wouldn't be on right now. But
She'll cut you off after that
she'll
episode.
cut me on. But right now we're on good terms.
Don't do that, mama.
Terms
Don't do
right
that.
now. We're on good terms. But yeah, mama boys, hell no, can't do it, won't do it. Fuck them. Fuck them. I say fuck the mothers sometimes.
Yeah,
Most of them are because the mothers are also like, and I hate to have to put this out there and say it out loud, but the real deal is you really don't see a lot of mama's boys who are sons of mothers who have husbands.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're
It's
single.
usually always a single mother who never got to fulfill that
Yep.
in her own life. So now she's perpetuating that onto her relationship with her son. And that's why a lot of those boys go out there and do dumb shit and end up in jail or other stuff too.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta help my moms. I gotta this and that. Now, it's not your child's responsibility to go out there and jeopardize themselves for the sake of coming back home. But you've taught them that, oh, look what I'm doing for you, mama, this and that. And they like that's not your provider.
Talking about he's my king. Or I'm gonna give him the world. Bitch, you can't even give him a father.
And
So how
wait,
you
and
gonna
then
give him the world?
Oh, baby, the shade.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to our extracurricular activities. Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
All right, our extracurricular activity is our sex segment, and we have a sexologist on the set, and a lot of freaky people on the set, including myself.
Yes.
So I want to talk about a little bit about sexual desires. I want the audience, what needs to be studied are how to discover your sexual desires, right? And what are sexual desires?
So number one, most people in that state when they're trying to figure it out is technically questioning, right? And people don't like to identify on the rainbow all the time. But the reality of it is when you're still trying to figure out sexuality, you're questioning, right? I talked about this on another pod before, but that's where I always encourage the pleasure mapping thing. A lot of people are trying to discover their sexual desires through others, as opposed to starting that part of the journey with themselves. While we might all be sexual and while we may all have had experiences, we also have a deep awareness of ourselves. Like, you understand what I'm saying? We spent enough time with our body. So the first thing is pleasure map, right? Long story short, discover the map of your pleasure. And it changes. So I think that's a part of what we also talked about too. What you enjoyed at one point in your life might not also be what you enjoyed at a later point in your life. And
I first enjoyed my pillow.
yeah, and pretended to enjoy dick, but we're not going to go there.
I'm crying.
That's my little bit of pettiness. But yeah, like I find that a lot of people are looking for the answers in someone else, and that's the first problem. So you should spend intentional time with yourself. Like I quarterly. And the only time that time frame changes is if I go through a significant occurrence in life, because your body's responses to certain pleasure is going to change based on what you're going through in life, where you at. It's hard for a guy, it's hard for them to focus on sex when money isn't right for them. Like a lot of men, if they're stressed about that, it's hard for their dick to perform at a certain degree. They get
Lesbians
straight into that, women. But women, we have a lot of, like you said, trauma, that undealt with, unresolved trauma. So I feel like if you want to discover the pathway to your pleasure, the first step is start with you. The second step is seek out the information from a reliable source. Stop listening to motherfuckers that don't know first, second, last thing about it. I have a person who tried to start exploring like BDSM with a fake dom. That's all I'm gonna say, right? And you out here letting somebody who you haven't even vetted, low key. Like you need to actually check into a person's like, how much experience you got with this? How long you been doing? Ask those questions, because you letting them over here spank on you with foreign objects and all this kind of other stuff, and you have no idea, where they first, middle. So I would say the second thing is afterwards, think about what you're curious about, go into it, and then third, that's the experience phase. Like after you've done a little bit of understanding, then good places to go could be like, let's just say if you're curious about lifestyle, play, poly, all that, go to a play party, but make sure that you vet the person throwing the play party and that they're the kind of person that don't let bullshit
Those
through
are
the door.
nice.
They are really nice when you got good people, but they don't let assholes through the door. Because sometimes you got a whole bunch of single niggas just trying to fuck. You got people who's really about that life. If you're interested in certain kinks, there's always events. There's always stuff going on, but go to a space and view. Don't participate the first time.
Mhm.
Just observe. Just watch the scene.
But make sure you
how
got
do I
that
feel
bread.
here?
Make sure you got that bread to view. Okay.
Well,
It
you
ain't
pay
free.
because the parties come with you pay that for admission.
I mean,
but
yeah, right, you
but
pay to
just
get in.
go. Just go. Sex is happening, shit is going on, and just see how you feel. And if you
But you
find
know
yourself
niggas think it's $10 to get it. It's not $10.
no,
to
them
get
play
in.
And
party
the
events.
quality pay party.
Quality
Exactly.
is
Right.
yeah.
Not
You're
the
gonna,
Twitter
We're
basement
talking
party.
about $80 and up.
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
Period. But yeah, just I don't know. People have a pressure to just jump straight into shit.
That's my. I want to go to a play party before my next relationship. I feel
I
like I have a lot
love
of
me
things
a
to get
play.
off.
Oh my God, they're
I have a lot
so.
of things to get off my bucket list.
I was about to say, what's on your goal list till you get to the relationship
The one
part?
that
Well-
actually the last one I went to was the one for this guy's birthday. For Tahoe's
Tahoe?
birthday. And
Oh
then
yeah, we had a good time.
Ooh,
Oh, we just did one for Sir Marvelous's birthday.
I know, I heard.
Really?
And
He's
then I
coming
went
on the
to
show next too.
Oh, really? And then I went to a
Yeah, you know that's my
BDSM
heart.
party.
That's my baby.
I went to a BDSM party in DC when I
hosted
went to
both
go
of those.
shoot. When I went to go shoot with Eli,
Oh,
the naked trumpeter.
Right.
Shout out to the naked trumpeter.
That's saying all the people that's coming on the show.
Go for it. Listen, let me
the
just
kink
tell
community
y'all.
is not as
Eli.
like vast as people think it is.
So let me tell you something. Because of Eli, he showed me so I've never done the whole flogging and just spanking and yada yada yada. Let me tell you something. Him and his partner showed me, or they opened up another side to me that I didn't know even existed. So there's this. Have you ever seen the bear claws?
Mm-mm.
They're like
yeah.
metal.
There's
The
metal,
ones.
right? Like metal
Like-
knives, sort of. It
Okay,
looks like a
okay.
bear
I
claw.
love knife play.
And knife play. I was completely
electricity,
naked.
all of it.
Friend, I
Honey.
would have never thought.
Honey, I was
Maybe I am the
completely
next.
naked. He just because you know what it is? You can't see anything. You're blindfolded.
Not always though.
But I was. And so you have just different types of things, instruments and just stuff just touching your body, and it just gives you this sensation. He played the
You
trumpet.
use the right word.
now.
He
It's-
played the
it's
trumpet
sensory
on
play.
my pussy, y'all.
Mm.
And it's all sensory play because even the trumpet,
The
it's the
sens-
vibration of
Yes.
the sound against you creates.
I will say this.
creates vibration
I
waves
was
in
laughing
you.
a little bit because it was you don't
Mhm.
ever see stuff like this before,
Ticklish.
right? But it just and I feel like he asked me 50 million questions and I answered all of them. It's one of those things where
You feel
he made me
comfortable.
feel comfortable and
I
he
have
made
a
me
question
feel
for
safe.
you.
What's up?
Did you ask him questions?
I did.
And how did he respond? He was open to answering them.
Absolutely.
If a person ain't, that's a key indication that they're a fake dom.
Mm.
Okay, like they should never have a problem. Like, oh, what's that material? Can I
Right.
feel that? Can I touch that? What does that feel like? If a person is a little finicky with that,
Right.
go the other way.
yeah, there was
Because they should
None.
never feel that way because you're experiencing something you haven't before. And low key, we not going deep into the trauma space, but for example, if you used to get your ass beat as a kid, you might get introduced to certain types of spankings as an adult in that environment and get
Nah,
triggered.
fuck out of here.
Mhm.
Right? Like if you had an
Mm.
abusive parent. Not like we're not just talking about get your ass spanked because you
Yeah,
got in trouble,
yeah,
you did
yeah,
some
yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
We talk about abusive parents.
Hey, that's me.
Right? And
For
look,
real.
my mother had a mental disorder. My mother had a substance issue. I've been hit with a hammer. You know what I'm saying? But you can reprogram your response to those things with the right guidance, with the right people who have patience, who's gonna take time.
Mm.
Now, I went from getting my ass beat. I can't even begin to tell you the range of things that I didn't been spanked with.
No,
at
there's
this
so many
point.
questions. I feel like I would love to have y'all for a part 2 one day because
Oh,
I
absolutely.
really want to explore this universe, right? But
Now, when
so-
when you say you want to explore it with just males, or would you be open to females as well?
I don't know. I think the older I get, I'm more open. Like
Okay.
I said
okay.
on my bucket list, I will eat pussy one more time.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But I would say I would start with definitely with males right
One
now. But I
more
just don't know
time.
what am I into. Like how can me or what needs to be studied is how can we explore those desires that we might be interested in, but you won't know until you try it.
Eli would
Mm.
actually be great for you.
He
for
would
that.
be amazing.
And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of doms, but there are a lot of doms who won't allow men to be their bottoms in a scene because that's just simply their preference. But Eli is somebody who would be receptive in that way, and he's patient enough
very
to go through that. So if you are gonna have him as a
knowledgeable.
guest,
I'm telling
maybe-
you, I felt
Yeah.
so safe with that man. And there was no penetration, no nothing. You know what I mean? He just allowed me to experience something that was just probably dormant. Like it was just there. I just
Because in the average
he
sex
knocked the you know
experience,
what I mean?
you don't get that many senses stimulated. Like most things is straight to touch, right? You don't always have people who stimulate your sense of sound, who stimulate your sight, who stimulate. First of all, there are there's 7 senses. First of all, so people used to the first 5: touch, taste, feel, sight, sound, all that kind of stuff, right? But then there's proprioceptive and vestibular, right? And I know you're not gonna remember them big ass words, but that's okay. Remember, one of them controls how you respond to like where your body is in space. So for example, when you jump in the air, the thing that might make you feel nervous until you know you're back on the ground, right? So that's a part of your sensory systems. And the receptors to one of those systems is like in your ear, and then one of them is in your skin, right? So then the other one might be for the thrill seekers, right? So if I push you, how do I know how hard to push you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you're about to fall. Balance. So people who like sex swings, you know what I'm saying? All that kind of wild shit. So when you start touching into certain kinks, what you're tapping into is how many different ways can you activate the different senses in your body before, and sometimes it doesn't lead to sex, but before you even get to
the sex.
intercourse, you already like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So it's getting hot in here. So I know a few common sexual desires are role playing, dom and sub, bondage, voyeurism, public sex, cross dressing, cuckolding. I experienced public sex, threesomes, and a little bit of cross dressing. But hear me out. It wasn't full cross dressing. It was like I had a partner at the time, hood nigga. Ooh, big old dick.
Do you remember the time?
Yes. Bum ass nigga.
Oh.
It's always those ones.
And I don't even be
they be the ones.
I don't
They be
even
the
want the
ones.
nigga. I just want the dick. Like, ugh.
It be
That's
like
why
that.
I said Derek.
It's
Yes.
like that.
Because it's usually Derek is usually a nigga that ain't shit with great dick.
Hello?
Yeah.
And it used to turn him on when I used to wear Victoria's Secret panties.
Okay.
So I remember going with my friend
Why is it
Renee.
turning me on thinking about it?
Because you're gay.
Because you're sitting here giving I want you to know you're painting a very
You were
vivid gay
giving
picture.
visuals.
Because she's
I'm
fucking
over here looking at you like
watching
you're
dick.
a roast. I'm like, Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
And the
I
way that
used
she
to buy
was it when you
the-
talked about her husband's dick. But
Yeah.
keep going.
I used to buy the
Billy.
3 for $25 or the 5 for $25
What-
panties. And
Okay,
he
Billy.
used to love it, and he used to have me send pictures to him and everything. So I'm over here propping and ass pictures for him. And it turned me on, not because I like the way I look in it. I love the
Because it turned him on.
it turned him on. So it was like, whatever you want, I'm gonna give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So now I like, if I'm on the Twitter watching porn, right? And I see like a nigga with a big dick wearing a skirt and he's like spreading his legs open and his dick pop out. For some reason, that's a turn on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not opposed to the cross dressing, but I just want the niggas to know I'm still a real nigga at the end of the day. Like,
right. But
you
there's
know,
nothing wrong with that, though.
and there's nothing wrong with that. So it's not shame. I just don't want to be
It's
shamed for doing
definitely a
it.
voyeurism thing up in there for you, though.
Is it?
Oh,
Does
yeah,
it count
I
as
wanna- I love it.
cross dressing
I
when I
wanna
wear
see it.
dress?
Huh?
Does it count as cross dressing when I wear a dress?
You wear a dress?
Because you're fucking gay?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
few times in history.
Yeah.
Probably. And she looks, I don't know, when you wear a dress, you look weird.
Yeah.
She looks like she doesn't feel like herself.
I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, she don't feel
I
comfortable.
don't feel
You can see
comfortable.
it.
No, it's just like I'm so mind fucked because it's like I'm thinking about your husband when you could just been with a lesbian all these years.
Because he's gay.
Maybe
Oh.
maybe she'll listen to you.
So wait, would you go back and mess with a guy again?
He would have to be feminine again, so it's possible.
I don't think she should.
I don't think so.
No, I'm here to tell you that. As we
No.
studied you, the verdict is
You're gay.
You
No
will
more
know-
study
yeah.
is necessary.
Yeah.
You can go.
Yeah.
You're gay. You're gay.
yeah. But I do want to try role playing.
Pass this to Billy.
Role playing.
What's this?
Don't she look uncomfortable? Uncomfortable as hell. Uncomfortable.
Yeah, no. And look how comfortable you look right now.
Exactly. Because
You
she's
look
gay.
cute, but hell no, that's not
Because
true.
she's beautiful. She's got a pretty face. So it's
Yeah.
not like she can't do it, but
That's
it's
not
not
true.
authentic. It's
That's not
it's
true.
not authentic.
Yeah, no, I enjoy my pants.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to do role playing.
Mm-hmm.
I like you said, like, pick me up from the corner store and act like I'm your hooker. I would
Mhm.
love to do a scene like that.
Have you
or-
ever recorded yourself?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Of
I love watching
course.
myself suck
And
dick.
when I was a young hoe,
I watched
when-
that more than porn.
when Instagram first started, I used to upload them on Instagram. Got my face, no face, no case. Yeah.
You little slut.
Oh my God. So you're an exhibitionist too.
I am. The more you know.
Absolutely.
The thrill of being,
Right.
you like to be seen.
Mhm.
So,
I
and
do.
some exhibitionists like to be seen and touched. Some exhibitionists like the thrill of being seen and knowing that you can't touch me.
But you know what? My
Ooh.
homegirl, her boyfriend, I used to fit, and I told her years later, but I used to FaceTime her boyfriend while I was giving head to my boyfriend. He used to
Mhm.
like watching that.
Mhm.
So I don't know, that turned me on.
Yeah, you're
Yep,
an
being
exhibitionist.
seen.
Okay.
You're an
Yeah.
exhibitionist
But the
for sure.
voyeurism, I would love to see that in public.
Oh,
I
I'm
would
definitely a
love to.
voyeur.
And what else?
I'm not
Like,
surprised you're a voyeur because you're a Virgo.
explain.
Virgos are into details.
They sure enough are.
Mm.
And so it's the specifics too that can change everything. Like you said, it's not just the dick falling out, it fell out with the skirt. Or, the fact
It
that
is the
partner was
details.
into the details. So a voyeur is studying me.
It-
We're not even gonna talk about because you named the whole
Continue,
podcast
continue.
about stuff needing to be studied.
Yo, because
Go
at the end
figure,
of the
Virgo.
day, if I watch a dick sucking video, it has to be sucked a certain way. Like I need to see the guy's
Sloppy,
face.
You're studying
In it.
the
choking,
Yes.
drool.
Oh my god! So yes, that makes sense. Oh my god, I'm finding more out about myself. What sexual desires are y'all into?
I love
You guys
These
go.
days.
Oh my God. It's like endless. So I
little
love
bit of
being,
everything.
during sex, I love being slapped. I love being choked. I love being called a bitch. Like, I just like name calling. Good girl really just, that
Mm.
just,
Oh, you're a praise kink.
oh,
Praise king.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I like it when, spit in my mouth. Not everybody, though.
She's always been into that
Now
too.
on this show, I've been doing this for a while. We always say spit play or golden showers. I can't do the spit play.
I don't do the golden showers.
I don't do
I'm
the
a golden showerer.
I do not do the golden shower.
Like
Piss
the
on me and we
waterworks, huh?
thumping.
Yeah.
If we're in the shower, if we're taking a shower together, you can piss galore.
Yeah.
But you are not about to piss on me because I'm fucking you up.
I had
I
Kino
just
Noir
can't do
on
it.
the show, and he told me that
Mhm.
if he was like, you could do spit play by having somebody spit tequila in your mouth. That's considered spit play instead of them going like, I can't do that. So I can do the tequila part, but I
You
feel like if
can.
you can do spit play, you could do golden showers.
The same way you
Yeah,
can
no.
do breath play by choking, and you can also do breath play by a person putting their lips directly on yours and pulling your breath. Like they can just go
Mhm.
and
I've had
take your
that.
breath away while they're choking you. And
I've had
that,
that too.
deprivation for a moment while
Mm.
you're also experiencing a surge of something happening to you, and they're denying you the ability to breathe for a
I don't know
moment.
if it's the
And then-
description
and
or
then
the
at-
alcohol,
Yeah.
but I feel it in my clit.
You like that?
I
You
feel it in
it's
my
like the
clit.
air out that motherfucking throat.
Yeah, I just
bitch.
you know what it is too. I like as masculine as I know I can be. I like being submissive. I know I can be
Mm.
dominant in my everyday life, but sexually, I love to be submissive. I love it when a man takes control. Like if I'm with a girl,
Mm.
for some, like if I'm with a chick and we having sex, like with her, like her and I, when we have sex, we kind of like switch roles. But I like it when you be daddy. I do. I like it when she be.
How
Did
that
I-
be looking? Like, bring us in the bedroom. How she?
Okay, so like when we have sex,
When we do some messy
so like when we have sex, it be so hot. So it's like so good because so her and I are one and the same sexually.
Okay.
We even tried to find a man, right? Together.
We did.
We tried,
At one
never
point,
happened.
tried dating
did.
and finding like a
Our sex life is amazing. She pleases me, I please her. Like between her and I, there's never been any jealousy.
never.
Sexually, we like the same thing. Men, we like the same thing.
It's just hard to find a man for them that can handle the both of them.
Right.
Mm.
We're gonna talk about that's another show. But sexually, it's like we just love pleasing each other. I feel like when her and I get together, it's the wanting to please. Like when I start to eat her pussy, she slapped me the last time I ate her pussy because she just wanted me to stop.
I did slap her.
No, but when I say no, she slapped the shit out of me. She ain't never slapped me like that.
I did. I'm accountable. I did.
I ain't gonna lie, it kind of stung.
She deserved it.
No one has ever slapped me like
I
that
don't
before.
know.
But they
She
So you
deserved
got
it.
those lips.
She deserved it.
She deserved
You
it?
deserved it.
Mhm.
No,
I would
I
do it
didn't.
again.
Built not it.
Did you like it though?
I loved it. But it caught me by surprise though, because that shit stung.
And it's probably because for me, I'm a switch. And for those who don't know what that means, is I'm both I don't identify as dominant or submissive. I'm both. I can be both, and I literally can hit the switch just quickly. Like I literally could go from being like there would be times where my last sub, she could be around and my man could be in the same room, and he could call me and I go, yes, daddy, and then she could say something to me and I'm like, go put this down. Like my energy could change that quick. But what I will say is, with women, my dominant energy shows up stronger.
Yeah, that's me too.
For sure, than it does on average with a guy. I do love submission, but dominance is natural to me, if that makes sense. So, with my partner presently versus like in the past, I would say it's kind of like Jill said. You can tell me what to do, right? I have to feel your dominant energy for me to not, you know what I'm saying, push back. And I think a lot of people miss that. Like when it comes to dominant and sub dynamics or whatever the case is, really you just want to feel like the person leading the interaction has you under consideration, and you as the person who is submissive don't want to be in a position to be questioning your dom if you've chosen them and given that trust. I find a lot of people have a hard time reaching that, like, you know what I'm saying, understanding. So that becomes like the major reason why most people fucking are like tug of warring all the time. But I mean, I've done this with Sir Marvelous, where I go from being submissive and bottoming to him, where we both have tag team siphon his up, right? So like it can interchange so quickly. But to answer your question, it's actually a shorter list of things that I'm not into. So I don't know how you want me to respond.
Yeah, I'm into a lot
What
of
aren't
things,
you
too.
into? That's a great question.
Don't shit on me. Don't piss on me. I will fuck you up. I don't do that.
I'm not into kinks. Like I had a sub who was, well, he wasn't my sub. He wasn't owned by me, but he was in consideration. So there's a period in which you're evaluating before you will collar a person, right? And I had this white sub
I love
in consideration. Well, he was, we'll go back to him.
Where can I find me a sub at?
Because it's a different.
She lost me at white.
I got you. Don't sleep on my white men.
Nah, I love
Don't sleep on my white men. I'm not attracted to white men, but they absolutely can be my furniture. They absolutely can just, and I still treat them with the utmost respect.
Wait, is this
as
the
a
one
human,
that I met?
right? Which one did you?
The one that was
The older white guy?
building shit when I came over to your
Oh,
house.
Steph. No. Okay, that's a different one, right?
Goddamn.
A bitch came over while she was moving and niggas was putting together furniture. Because I was like,
Because why would I? I'm a goddess.
So wait, where are
Why
those?
would-
Sub.com?
came over and shook my
No.
hand.
I actually found them on a real old school subspace. You know it's an old school because when you go to it, you feel like you were on the first version of MySpace when you go to this website. But this is place Collar Space.
Collar Space.
Collar
I've never
Space.
heard of it, about
Yeah,
it.
Collar Space is on there. Profiles is as basic as can be. But
Yo, he had a smile.
What I
on
will
his face
say-
while he was building that furniture.
and he was a great sub. The only reason why he's not somebody who is still in service to me is because he had to move back to France to care for his mother who was sick. Right, but we still have a great
Damn.
friendship, and he's a very and they might be that way in his side of life, but outside of that, he owns a very, 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 very successful fucking digital e-commerce marketing company. So it's not even like a you know what I mean. But one of them had this kink, and he would want my squirt or my cum in a cup or a bottle so that he could blend it in the morning with his milk, like
Okay.
and he would drink it from a
That's
baby
different.
bottle.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Right. So he had an age play thing. I'm not into age play. Right. I don't mind. And so when I say age play, this is like people who do pretend they're adult consenting. There's no children involved. But one of them might be a little who's who's kind of more so identifying as a person who, you know, they might like coloring and doing more childlike things. Now, I'm personally not into a person whose primary kink is that. Like if you have a side of you that got an inner child, that's cool. I'll buy you a coloring book. I'm gonna fuck. But the thing that bordered that too uncomfortably for me is as a mom, I can't get into a kink where somebody wants to drink my cum out of a baby bottle and I got a 4-year-old. I just can't fuck with that. Can't fuck with that.
No.
So he would want that, like, yeah, if you just squirt in there, and he would want to dose it out in his morning smoothies and shit. And I was not for that.
My boy wanted his protein.
Yeah.
He wanted his protein
No,
bright and early.
I know
you
somebody who would nut in the cup. and he'll give it to his ex-girlfriend. She'll put it in her protein.
But that's, I guess it's different. I think it was the bottle.
Yeah.
It really wasn't my because drinking this cum is not a foreign thing. You know what I mean? I drink. I
Yes.
love cum. The sight of cum, everything about cum. It's a big fucking king for me. I like watching it ooze out of a dick. I love all of it. Like
in slow mo.
oh my god, a cum shot, a cum shot.
Mm.
I'm not saying it's for you niggas in my DM. Let me be very clear. Okay, subscribe on OnlyFans and pay me to view it.
Mm.
Anyway, but age play gets into a dangerous area for me. One, I experienced my first sexual assault before the age of 18. I was young. It plays too close to childhood sexual trauma for me. And I can't do that. I got kids. I can't detach it. But the fucked up thing about me is that I'm a mommy type dominant. Meaning most of the people who are attracted to me are attracted to me because of like my dominance, because I have a nurturing motherly way about it. Like I am the person who's not, I'm not raising my voice. If I have to raise my voice, we have a problem.
She'll talk to you condescending.
Go to your
room.
room.
Not raise your voice.
Go to your
like
room.
an hour ago.
Yeah.
Why we talk? Get the fuck out my face. Like I'm not raising my voice because that's my energy.
Yeah.
So because of that, but also at the same time, I want to nurture you. I want to grow you. Nobody who has ever been in service to me can't say that they didn't grow as a person in my presence because I'm always going to invest in you being better. And that's the exchange. You take care of my shit. I don't like washing, folding. I don't do dishes. I love to cook, but I'm not cleaning. I'm simply not doing it.
And you don't have to pay them?
No.
Nope.
They do it because they want
I've walked
In
in
fact,
on
they
these
might be paying
niggas
me.
fucking cleaning. I've
something.
literally walked in on these niggas cleaning, like doing her laundry.
And also going
Putting
to bring me
together
breakfast. And they know
furniture.
that how I want my sandwich in the morning and everything. I'm
The
not.
last chick she had, she would be doing something. I'm like, is she really? And I'll be there. I was like, hey, can you go get me something? She would laugh.
Not the finger snap.
Because that's been snapping her fingers at my.
I gotta give me a so. Danny, before we go, we got a few more minutes. Danny, what kinks are you into? What desires?
To be quite honest with you, I'm into everything, but do not shit on me.
Okay. And you mentioned that you peg.
I do
Oh,
peg.
pegging is awesome.
Oh.
I do peg.
awesome.
I wanna
I'm
peg
actually trying
somebody.
to ease my girlfriend into it now.
What, her pegging someone?
No, me pegging her.
Oh,
She's
you
not
peg-
open to that?
She's not open to it, but she has been comfortably letting me do anal-like things to her, so I'm getting her there softly.
Okay.
So she rather
Last
play.
time I
she's
pegged a
so
woman,
she likes ass
It was on
play
a sex
over.
swing.
She likes ass
Mm.
play. I'm working her into the pegging part.
Okay. And
That's cute. That's interesting.
before you go,
It's a trust thing.
I would like for our
Understand.
audience to know, and myself, if you have a desire that you're open to trying, how should they go about asking their partner? Like if I want to tell my partner I'm interested in role play, and a lot of times I've been scared. Like I'm adventurous when it comes to the sexuality, but I don't want the person to look at me crazy, or I'm scared to bring it up to them. What advice would you give a person?
I actually sent all of my clients a checklist, right? I think the main problem why people have a hard time navigating those conversations is because they don't know when the appropriate time to bring it up, and it's hard to find an appropriate time to bring it up. And then if you have a kink or something that you're curious about that seems a little outlandish, it's like, when the fuck are you supposed to insert that in a regular conversation, right? Like, oh, I was went to the corner yesterday, this and that. I'm trying to role play tomorrow. Like, when the fuck are you supposed to drop it in? You know what I mean? So I do believe you have to set an intentional time for the conversation, but it should be equal. So it shouldn't just be a conversation where you're going to talk about what you desire. It's like, listen, boo, I want to have a conversation with you about some of the things that we might be interested in that's outside of the norm. I want to know what's on your mind, what's on my mind. And my advice is, instead of you just saying, like, I want to role play, the question should be for both of y'all, how do you feel about role play on a scale of 1 to 5? 1 being no interest, 5 being the most, 3 being neutral, and then obviously, the 3 and the 4 in between. If y'all are both answering every question, nobody is being singled out, right? So they might rank it as, and let me give you this also piece, it's whether you're interested in being the one giving or receiving. For example, right, I could put down anal play. Baby, how you feel about anal play? Right? But the answer for him could be, I'm not interested in you doing anything in my anal area outside of licking, for example, right? But I'm interested in putting something in your ass, right? So it doesn't mean, so it's not, you know what I'm saying? You can't just answer it as in one way. I would say for you, find out and express to them where you are at with it, but don't limit it to that. Make sure you create an opportunity for them to also put their shit out there on the table. If you
That's
want, I
how
can
I
send you
would
the
do it.
list. Because honestly, we took like, I would say take like 2 hours. right? But it's a good quality time thing. And you just literally go down a list. It's broken up into everything, going through BDSM, swinging, all of that. And y'all just rank, how do you feel about doing that as the giver? How do you feel about receiving that? Do you not want to give a receipt, but you're curious about watching? Those are the 3 categories. And you just rank it going down, and you'll get to see which areas y'all are both already parallel with, and then which areas is vastly different versus the other. And then at that point, you get a better sense of your compatibility sexually with a person. Because people check compatibility. But if that sex compatibility ain't off, that relationship is failing.
Yeah.
And when you're also secure about your own body and also secure about your own sexuality, sometimes the things that you're into, your partner might secretly be into. I'm a very open person, so I will actually tell my partner.
You're not sucking no dick.
Shade that open.
Yeah.
His mouth is open. Eat great, even late.
I have to like feel it, like really. I really have to feel it for me to want to even do something like that to a male. But like,
because you're gay,
and I tell them all the time.
Would you suck a dildo on a chick though?
First of all, that's gay.
All right, on this note.
Thank you. I'm moving along.
No. I enjoyed y'all. We have to go. I enjoyed y'all so much. If you're back in the city, I would love to do a part 2. Like, I really learned so much. And I feel like there's more. This is part of my growth. And, you know, I want to help people grow too. So thank you so much, ladies, for coming. Thank you for setting this up. Tell everybody where they can find you. And
okay. So again, my name is Sue. I have Instagram, unrobing_podcast. And you can also see some of my old episodes on YouTube, Unrobing Podcast.
Okay.
Best way to reach me and every fucking thing that I got going on, because there's 20 million. Just text the word contact, like get in contact with me. Text the word contact to 347-6, almost fucked up my own number, right? 657-6575. 657-6575. So that's if you send that word, it's actually a message I do get, but I don't respond to bullshit. But my business line will automatically reply to you with my digital card link. You could choose to follow me on whatever platform you're in. You can go to my website, view my services, check out my podcast, look at my products, whatever it is that you want to do. Hit me up because you got some secret fetish or shit you're trying to figure out. But you do have to pay for that consultation. I'm not, I ain't trying to break the banks, but we got mouths to feed.
Yes, we do.
But that's the best way to get me.
And what about you?
You can reach me at DADA Damn Dan. And that's about it.
Well, thank you for coming again.
Thank you for having us.
No, of course, I had a great time. I enjoyed this.
Same
so
here.
much.
It was a good talk.
Thank you.
Very enlightening.
Yeah.
Billy, let me know when you're ready to be a bottom.
Oh my God.
You made my day though. Can I just say that before you go ahead?
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if you could get a reaction out of a gay guy, and I was like, I like sucking your dick. You was like,
ooh. Stop saying that.
And look, he keeps doing the same reaction.
Anyway, make sure you like.
Look at him blushing.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend and tell a friend. Thank you for tuning in to another great episode of the Needs to Be Studied podcast.
I appreciate you.
bye guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was fun.
Yes.
I gotta pee.
You got a bad bladder too, bitch.
Uh-huh.